Hey, Woo. You're going to see Trevor Lawrence again. Um, what are your expectations just going into your first game? I know you were a little late getting into camp for various reasons, but what are your expectations going into Saturday?
My expectations are obviously high. You want to go into the game believing that you prepared yourself right. I had a little 10-day setback, but nothing that was too detrimental. As far as the opponent, I've seen a couple of the guys before, so it won't be nothing too unfamiliar. And looking forward to it and looking to see what the outcome is.
Hey, are you fully up to speed then? Are you expecting to play, as many snaps as you would hope?
Yeah, I'm probably looking to play a lot. Just to, because I did miss those 10-day in-game or in-practice reps. I'll probably play a lot come the game, but, we'll see.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
We'll go to Scott Petrick.
Hey, Jeremiah. So what is it you want to show personally Saturday night?
Yeah. Personally, it's really nothing that, I want to show personally for me because, I think of myself highly. I think of myself as a ball player that, knows how to play the game of football. But, it's really just to impress the team, impress the coaches, show that I can contribute in the best way that I can and hopefully, earn my spot. So,
what do you think you have to do to show the coaches that?
Well, just execute the game plan, be physical at the point of attack, making sure that I get off blocks, just what a linebacker is supposed to do and just what a football player is supposed to do. So,
thanks.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Scott. Nate Ulrich, go ahead.
Jeremiah, how did what you thought you were able to do virtually during that absence? How did that keep you up to speed compared to what you were thinking it was going to do for you and then getting on the field? Were they two different things? Were you as up to speed you would be?
No, that's a great question. I thought I was up to speed when I, first came back. I was like, yeah, I did the walkthroughs, I ran through the plays in my mind, ran through the plays on the whiteboard and things like that. But like I told the media a couple of days back, it's nothing really like those in-game or those practice reps to be able to simulate exactly, how it feels to be out there, to have other guys coming at you, ready to block you and trying to execute, being able to process things in less than a split second. And, I'm not too far back and I'm not far back at all in my mind, but those things do come with experience.
And you think Saturday night's a chance to kind of get rolling that way?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Saturday night will be, a good experience for me to be able to get those reps that I was missing and things like that. So I think it'll be a catch up for me.
Thank you, Nate. Jeff Shadell has our next question.
So I know you kind of touched on it. What is the biggest thing you have learned how the NFL is different in the time you have been out there practicing?
Well, just to kind of slow things down in your mind, to really understand the game of football, high school, college, a little bit college, but more so, during the process of your younger years of playing, you can go out there, use the best athlete, and you just do what you want to do. But, as you move up, as you level up in the sport that you play, more information is required, more understanding, more IQ is required. And that's just the biggest thing that I've learned is just to really buy in on the game of football. You get your body right. I mean, my body is right. You work out and you do all these things, but until you fully grasp the mental aspect of the game, you never can truly be successful.
Thank you, Jeff. Dan Lobby, we'll go to you.
Hey, Jeremiah, now that you're kind of on the field and going through these practices, I mean, just how much does Joe Woods ask out of his linebackers? How much does he ask you guys to do?
Well, I mean, the linebackers are almost like the quarterbacks of the defense. They are like the quarterbacks of the defense. The linebackers are called upon to make the tackle almost 100% of the time, to be around the ball 100% of the time, just like the quarterbacks are called to touch the ball 100% of the time. So it's almost, likewise the same thing, being able to call the offense, being able to call the defense. So, that's how we think of it. And that's how we think of it when it comes to Coach Wood's expectations of us is to be able to lead the defense and call the correct plays and be able to make the changes when necessary.
And then how much has it helped you to have a guy like Anthony Walker around?
Yeah, and is a huge leader, huge exemplar of what it means to be able to lock in and day out, to be able to even get out there yesterday and see how beneficial he was there yesterday. And he's really a leader especially for the young guys, because he really keys in on the smaller aspects of the game, not really the broad aspects in terms of the entire plays, but he'll get you down and sit you down to focus on the small formations of the offense, being able to focus on the personnels, being able to focus on the small keys that the quarterback may give you. And so he's been a extreme help for the young guys, and specifically me. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan. Daryl Ryder is next. Daryl, you're unmuted on my side if you would like to check your mic.
Can you hear me?
I believe we have you now, Daryl.
Cool. Now that you've had an opportunity to really be out there on the field for a couple of practices, Jeremiah, do you get a sense of how your versatility is really going to be able to be exploited in Joe Woods' defense here?
Let me see. Would you ask you're saying how would my
you're a versatile player, and that's obviously why the Browns drafted you. So my question to you is now that you've actually had an opportunity to be on the field and get some reps in team periods and that, can you now really visualize how you fit into what they want to do?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just being able to be that guy that can cover, being able to be that guy that can get from point A to point B, or point A to point C, as we would call it, because that B, you got another guy that's in between you. So just being able to be that guy that adds another aspect to the defense and to add another aspect to the linebacker core. I mean, we have fast guys as well, but I think when we understand the expectations that he has from me, it more relies on the speed, more relies on the quickness and the blitzing ability and things like that. So, when I'm in, he does call, a lot of blitzes and a lot of things that kind of match my skill set. So, I'm looking forward to seeing, how that can prosper.
Thanks, Daryl. Mary Kay Cabot, you have our next question.
Yeah, Jeremiah, just wondering, with you missing a little bit of time and, Grant Delpit and Anthony and guys really in and out of the lineup from a defensive standpoint, what makes you feel really good about the fact that you guys will be able to get your time together, get your rhythm going together, and be ready when the time comes for Casey?
Yeah, it's absolutely needed. And it makes, it makes the coaches comfortable. It makes the players comfortable to be able to have those preseason games, to be able to catch a rhythm, to be able to understand. And, you have building of team chemistry during practice, but when you get into the game atmosphere, it's slightly different. People, will say, oh, it's just football, but, it's slightly different when you get to the game, and being able to understand the type of atmosphere and the type of speed that's going on. You can't really simulate it. So when we get to that game and being able to play together and being able to play with whoever is on the field, that'll be a good experience and will be a good learning lesson to be able to move on to KC. So.
Thank you, Mary Kay. We have time for one more question. Tom Withers, go ahead.
Thanks, Rob. Hey, Woo, what's it like dealing with Travis Etienne in space?
I'm not going to say too much. Me, Etienne had our battles, but he's a great guy. Being able to be shifty, being able to be fast, and to do what he does best. As you can see, he's been very successful with what he does, and we'll be looking forward to whatever he brings to the table. So, is
that the toughest challenge in your job? You mentioned it before. Covering guys. How difficult is it to cover an NFL running back who's coming at you at full speed and can go in any direction?
Yeah, I think of it almost as a mental thing first. Being able to calm your spirit down, being able to calm yourself down when you do have somebody else coming full speed at you, to be able to key in on one aspect of him, whether it's the hips, whether it's the shoulders or whatever. Being able to not jump when, he does his first move and things like that. It's very difficult, but, the good players will, eventually overcome that. So.